Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Alhamdulillahi ala kulli hal. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil iman wa lakal hamdu bil islam wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا اللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. Lesson number 26, weak verbs, afalul naqisa, we are going to learn about. And this is very unique and different concept you are going to learn. We did not talk about it before at all, so that is going to be kind of very new thing to you guys, so I want everyone's full attention over here. So af'alul naqisa, as the name says, naqis mean the weak. So these are weak verbs that does not convey complete meaning. So they are in their meaning incomplete. For example, when we say ate or slept or drove, they have complete meaning, especially in Arabic. When we say akala, we know that pronoun is inbuilt in it. So he ate, so it's a complete sentence. But unfortunately, these afal, they do not convey complete meaning because their meanings are like was, became, wasn't, or remained. So these are kind of the meanings we get from these afal. So that's why we are calling them weak verbs, afalul naqisa, because they do not convey complete meaning, complete sense, and complete message. So, and they need khabar after it to complete their meaning. So now, if you guys remember that we did Jumla Ismiya, and we said that there is invisible is that we have to find, because there is no word for is in Arabic. So we have to find it by different the way, and we need to find where is that invisible is. So that is our mubtada, the part before is. So now if you guys, we can relate to these words. These words sounds like kana. Kana is one of them, and the meaning is was. Okay, then we have laysa. This is another of our fi'lul naqis, and the translation would be is not. So we can relate in that way that they kind of look like they are part of Jumla Ismiya. And the kind of unique thing about them is that even though we are calling them fi'lul naqis, afalul naqisa, weak verbs, but when it comes to labeling, we label them as ism. So that is very different. So I'm gonna say one more time, even though these are afal, these are verbs, and we are calling them weak verbs, we are calling them afalul naqisa, but when it comes to, and they are fail, they are verbs, but when it comes to labeling, we label them as Jumla Ismiya. Okay, so inshallah, as we go further in our lesson, you would be understanding that what I'm trying to say over here. So let's see. So now, what are these words? First of all, they are kana. This is the Madi version, kana, and then we have yakunu. So this is our fi'l mudariya, and the meaning is to be, or even we say was. Okay, kana mean he was. So even was can be added to the. Then we have asbaha. Again, this is Madi. Yusbihu is mudariya, and the translation, how we gonna translate this verb? It's like to become. Okay, something is being something. Then we have Zwalla, ya to still be. Madama, as long as. And you notice that there is no Mudariya version of it. That means it does not have Mudariya, it has only Madi. So there is no Mudariya for Madama. Okay. Then we have Laysa. So Laysa mean is not. Again, this is Madi, and you don't see Mudariya version. That means it does not have Mudariya version. And these are not the only afalul nakisa. There are more to it, but for the sake of simplicity, I get these ones. Rather, I should say that in our dream book are the only ones mentioned. So we're gonna stick with them. Then we can understand over here, fails are verbs are two kinds. In Arabic, the fails are two kinds. Failun nakis, meanings incomplete verbs, and they need a khabar to be complete. Then we have failu tam, mean a complete verb, and they request fail and ayab. Okay, so whatever we learned so far was failu tam. We were talking about all these verbs, so they were failu tam. Today we are going to talk about failun nakis. So these are all 6 of them over here mentioned. They are failun nakis. Okay, so now how they get conjugate. So this is the way. So this is Madi of kana. So this is how it's gonna go. Huwa kana, huma kana. So we know this huma, this alif is kind of like giving clue that this is huma. Then we have hum kanu. So this wow is the hum, because this wow is indication of the plural, and hum is plural. Hum kanu. Then we have hiya kanat. This ta is telling this is hiya. Huma kanata. This alif is telling this is huma. And then hunna is kunna. Okay, how it became kunna, you can understand this way. So you have the word kana. Okay, and then we have we are adding what? Nunu niswa. Okay, and what is the requirement of hunna? We were doing that yesterday too, right? So the requirement of hunna is that hunna wants skun, whatever letter is before it. So now if we give skun to this letter, what's gonna happen? We have already a skun over here. Alif does not have anything. When a letter does not have anything, that is considered a skun. So this one has already a skun. So that means, and yesterday I mentioned that two skuns never get together in Arabic grammar. So that means we have to drop this one over here. So when I drop this this alif, what happened? Now I have this kaf, and I have this noon with skun, and then I have another noon. And now I can merge these two noons together and it will become kunna. Okay, now you should be saying that kana has fatha over here, how it become kunna. This is how, because kanna does not make sense. So kunna is better. So that's why it is kunna. Okay, so you can remember that way. Then after kunna, the job is very easy. We need to just add this ta, this tuma, this tum, this ti, tuma, tunna, tu for ana, and na for nahnu. Right? So we have kunta, kuntuma, kuntum, kunti, kuntuma, kuntunna, kuntu, and kunna. Okay, we need to differentiate between this kunna, this is the short, and kunna, we need to make it long, so it sounds like, okay, nahnu is in there. Okay, and one more thing about and these are falunakis, that we're gonna call them, we are calling them kana felun madin. Okay, but we used to say failu hu hua, right? We used to call in regular fail that this is the file, this huwa is the file, but not in afalun nakisa. Afalun nakisa, we need to label it differently. We're gonna say, yes, this is felun madin, and we can add our nakis too. So felun madin nakis, and ismuhu is huwa. So we cannot say failuhu over here. You need to remember that thing, okay? So this is felun and is huwa. Same if I'm doing kanat label, I'm gonna say felun madin nakisun ismuha hiya, or you can say ismu kana is hiya. Ism of kana is hiya. Whatever makes sense to you, you need to say that way. And if you are more comfortable in saying in English, you can say kana felun madin and its ism is huwa. Okay, so this is how you are going to say, do the labeling. Now, that was our madi. Now let's see how mudaya will work. That will be huwa yakunu. So kana change into yakunu. So yakunu, then yakunani, we add alif noon, yakunani, then yakununa, then here is takunu. So for here we add ta over here. So takunu, huma takunani, hunna yakunna. Hunna would be yakunna. Then anta is again kunu, antuma takunani, antum takununa, anti takunina, and still this is Auntie Surina. Then antuma takunani, antunna takunna. So hunna and antunna, they still same way, yakunna and takunna. Then would be akunu and nahnu would be nakunu. Okay, so this is how it is going to conjugate. And this kana, yakunu, they are used in Quranic Pak a lot. So I really want you that we need to memorize this conjugation. So that's gonna help you, inshallah. Then we have amar too for all these kana thing. So how this amar gonna work? Okay, so amar is obviously we are going to start with anta. Okay, so yeah, what is going on? Ali, I need help here. Ali, come here. Fix that. What happened here? Can you make it? Yeah. Okay, so now anta, if we remember, when it goes to anta, that would be takunu, right? Anta is takunu. And now we are making amar. What we need to do for amar? First, we need to change this u sound into skoon, right? And what else we need to do? We need to drop this ta. Okay, now we have koons. So now again, you guys see that we have two skoons over here. What we need to do, we cannot have two skoons together. So we need to drop this waw. And now what do we left with? Kun. So this is how kun become. And same will be kuna. So that is takunani, right? Takunani is our antuma. So again, I'm gonna drop this, and now I left with kuna. So this is easy. So this is how amar gonna work. So anta is kun, antuma is kuna, antum is kunu, anti is kuni, antuma is kuna again, and antunna is kunna. And then we have nahi. Anti will be, anta will be la takun, antuma la takuna, antum la takunu, anti la takuni, antuma la takuna, and antunna will be la takun. So this is how amar and nahi gonna go. And then we have other sisters of kana. They are zalla. So this is how this one goes. Zalla, zalla, zallu, zallat. So this is easy, nothing like technical about these verbs. So this is madi, then we have mudariya, then same is our for ma, zala. Then it has mudariya too. And yeah, that's all. And now let's see if we can do some practice over here. So now Laysa and Dhamma, we know that this have only Madi version. It does not have Mudariya version. Okay, so we need to make note of it. But the translation is in the present. So even though it is considered Madi, but the translation is in the present. Laysa, we are translating is not. So this is present, right? And notice that for the chart for asbaha, so asbaha yusbihu you didn't see in the previous chart that I showed you. Why? Because it is conjugate very in a regular way. So that's why, like a Nasara chart we have, right? So it is going to conjugate same like Nasara, so that's why it didn't include over there. Okay, so now when I say she was, so we know that, okay, she was, it telling me this is kana. So I'm gonna say kanat because this is mentioned she, this is here, right? So kanat. And one more thing about that is I'm gonna say, as I mentioned before, that if I have to label kana, if I have to further break it down, so I'm gonna say this is felun, madin, nakisun, and ism kana is what there here. Okay, so this is how I'm going to label kanat. Remember that. Then we have asbaha. Asbaha mean asbaha is the mean it became. And now if I want to say we became, so what I need to do? Oops, that is, I should be using that Madi version. So asbaha, and when we go to Madi, but it will become asbahna. Asbahna, that should be the one. Asbahna. Okay, so nasbaha, nasbahu is Mudariya version. Okay, so asbahna is our Madi version. Then we have Zwalla. Zwalla mean, and if I have to go with they are still, Zwalla means still. Then Zwallu I'm gonna use. This is the home version. So this is I'm going to use Zwallu. So again, I'm gonna say Felun Madin Nakisun, and I'm gonna say the Isam Zalla. So whatever is sister of Kana is there, I need to mention that one. Okay. So I'm gonna say Isam Zalla is what? Isam Zalla is whom over here. Then he remained. So that means this is the Hua version is going to be asked. So Mazala is gonna remain Mazala. So again, I'm gonna say that Isam of Mazala is what? Hua. Isam Mazala is Hua. Then they are not. So they, and it says two. So this is our Huma. So I'm gonna say Leisa. And I'm gonna say Ismu Leisa is Huma. Then we have B, and it says you all. Okay, so this is Kana, and since it is command, so Kunu, you all be. So this is Kunu. So again, the Isam of Kana is Antum over here. Then as long as they, so they is whom, right? So that's why we're gonna say Madamu. Then you all were. So Kana, Kana, and Kanu. Oh, it says you all were. So it should be, this is whom. So Kana, Kana, Kanu, Kanat, Kanata, and Kunna. And then what comes? Kunta, Kuntuma, Kuntum. So it should be Kuntum. You all were. So this is whom. The Isam is whom, and Isam is Ismukana, is Antum over here. Then it says be, again command, and it is singular Anta, right? So I'm gonna say Pun. So Ismukana is Anta over here. You all became. You all became. No, again, it is Madi, and it should be Asbahtum. Okay, it should be Asbahtum. I made a mistake here again. So that should be Asbahtum. Let me write properly. So asbahtum. Okay, so you all became. Okay, so this is how that's supposed to go. Okay, now let's see some more examples. Since we are saying that all these fail, obviously they have ism in it. So together, the verb, the fail, and its ism, together they are going to make mubtada. Okay, since I already said that they are labeled as jumla ismiya, right? So that means all these sisters of Kana plus their ism together they make mubtada. So now if I say they remained in the house in that English sentence, now we should know they is the ism, right? They is ism over here, and this remained is the fail, and together this is fail naqis, and together they are making mubtada. And then in the house is our regular MBK. So we're gonna have mubtada, we're gonna have khabar, and we can have MBK. So now in the next example, those gangsters became firefighters. So those gangsters, so this is the ism, right? Became is the fail, and firefighters is our khabar over here. So together, this ism and the fail is making our mubtada here. Our company is still, this is Zulla. So again, our company, this is the ism, and still is this is together is making our mubtada. This is the fail, and on the fifth floor, that is going to be our MBK. Then we have we were surprised. So again, we is the ism, and were is the fail kana, and together they are mubtada, and surprise is the khabar. I am still, so again I am the ism, still is together is the fail, this is mubtada, and this is our khabar. He is not, again he is our ism, is not is the fail, which is laysa, and together this fail and ism is making our mubtada, and the student is our khabar. So this is how these sisters of Kana are going to work in labeling. This is how we are going to label. So in this type of Jumla Ismiya, we learned previously that Mubtada came in all sort of shape and sizes. In this type of sentence, the Mubtada is always made up of two components. One is Fe'lu Naqis, and the other one is the Ism of it. So the rules of Ism of Fe'l Naqis and the rules of file are exactly the same, right? So and ism of all these sisters is going to be same like the file. We are going to treat it same like a file, and even it gonna follow all the rules of file. So if we remember, our file can be outside or inside. So same gonna happen with these ism of sisters. And when the ism is outside, it must be rafa in status. It must come after the fail, and the fail must be huwa and hiya form. And when the ism is pronoun, it appears inside the fail. So if the already inside inbuilt and there is no outside one, then we simply conjugate according to the pronoun. Okay, so let's see some more. So now let's see over here if we remember how Mubtada look like. So it is just a kind of revision for us. So inna and its victim is always mubtada, right? Independent pronoun when we have, always mubtada. Unaffected ismul ishara, like if before ismul ishara there is no harfu jar or harfu nasab or anything that is affecting ismul ishara, then after ismul ishara we can have our invisible is, so that means it can be our mubtada. So, and same is now we can add a new guest in our mubtada list, which is kana and any of its sister plus its ism is going to be labeled always as a mubtada. I'm going to repeat one more time. Inna and its victim, always mubtada. Independent pronoun, always mubtada. Ismul ishara, which is unaffected one, is always going to be our mubtada. Now kana and any of its sister plus their ism is going to be our mubtada. Now remember that mubtada is the starting point of your sentence, and the purpose of it is to make you curious. Khabar is the news of the mubtada. Okay, so what is the job of the mubtada? It make us curious about something, and how we can satisfy our curiosity by khabar. So khabar kind of give us the answer for our curiosity. So mubtada always try to make us curious about something. This is the job of mubtada. So for example, look over here, for sure he. If I just say for sure he, so what do you think? What is that? Is that a complete message, or I'm making you curious about something? I'm making you curious about he. So this is our mubtada. And now if I still say for sure he, and then I say he was, I again stop. Did I give you any clue? Did I satisfy your curiosity? No. So this he was can be again our mubtada and another mubtada basically. And then I say always a good man. He was always a good man. Now I have given you a news. So, and we see that happen, right? When we were doing Jumla Ismiya and embedded sentences, you saw that sometimes we have multiple mubtadas. Okay, and so this is what it is. Here we have two mubtada, for sure he and he was. Both are mubtada here. So now let's see some more here. Now, kana ustazan, this is a simple sentence, meaning he was a teacher. Kana ustazan. Remember, okay, one thing to be noted over here, this kana is our mubtada over here. And this ustazan is the khabar over here. Now you, if you are really strong in your learning, so you should be noticing that it's not ustazun, it's ustazan. So you should be asking why you are calling it khabar. It's not even rafa over here, because khabar is always supposed to be rafa. But this is the case when we have all these kana and its sister, their khabar is always going to be nasab in status. Okay, so this is really important and really different. We did not like so far learn anything that khabar can be nasab ever, but this is the case when khabar is going to be nasab. So kana ustazan, this is our mubtada and khabar, he was a teacher. Now if I say innahu ustazun, so innahu, we know what is innahu, this is our mubtada, and ustazun is our khabar. Certainly he is a teacher. Now if I put both of them together, if I say innahu kana ustazan, now innahu is our mubtada, kana is our another mubtada, and then ustazan is our khabar. So basically, I'm showing you that we can have multiple mubtadas. So that was it. Now, as I said already, that and this kana and all its sister, they are going to be labeled as jumla ismiya, and they are going to be have a mubtada, and they are going to have a khabar. And I said that this khabar is going to be what status? Always nasabin status. So look at this example over here. It says kana Allahu aliman hakima. So now the word Allah is kana. First of all, we can say kana is our fi'lun madin, fi'lun madin, and its ism is huwa. Rather, when I look ahead, then I saw the word Allah, which is rafa in status. So basically, the ism of kana is Allah. Outside ism is there. So, and I said that kana plus its ism, they are going to together create a mubtada. So they, I'm gonna label them as mubtada. So kana Allahu is our mubtada, and then I have aliman and hakiman. So as I said, aliman, hakiman, they are both names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we know that names of subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be mawsuf sifa. So rather, I'm gonna call them aliman. This is one khabar because that is nasab in status, and this is what I'm looking for when I have kana and its sisters. So aliman is my khabar number 1, and hakiman is my khabar number 2. So this is how we are going to kind of label any kana and its sister when they come. Now the regular sentence is Allahu alimun hakimun. So this is our regular jumla ismiya, and we, Allah, the word Allah is our mubtada over here. Alimun is our khabar number 1, and hakimun is our khabar number 2 in this sentence. But see, when we change into kana, what happened? Kana Allahu, I put kana over here, and what's gonna happen? This alimun is going to change into aliman. And when I remember the very first lesson or the second lesson, I told you then whenever we are having a double fathas, any 2 fathas, so then we need to add alif with it. Okay, so this is how we used to write musliman, right? Muslimun, musliman. So this is how we are going to write aliman and then hakiman. Okay, so this aliman, hakiman, they are 2 khabars. Khabar number 1, khabar number 2. So this is what happened when kana enters to jumla ismiya. And now how I'm gonna like remember that kana and what kana does and what inna does. So you guys need to memorize these 2 ayat, okay? This small kind of chunk of it. So inna allaha alimun hakim. So what is inna allaha? Together, inna allaha is my mubtada, alimun is my khabar number 1, and hakimun is my khabar number 2. And so you need to kind of differentiate whenever inna comes. Inna allaha alimun hakim. So inna's khabar is always rafa, it's marfu. But remember that one that is hiding over there, so I'm gonna write over here kan allahu. Okay, so kan allahu aliman hakiman. So these 2 sentences you guys need to kind of memorize. Inna allaha alimun hakim and kana allahu aliman hakima. So that gonna help you differentiate that how kana khabar is going to be nasab in status, and how inna's khabar is going to be rafa in status. So this is how we are kind of label it, okay? And now another example, regular sentence, we're gonna say al-ustazu mawjudun, teacher is present, but when kana enters, now you're gonna say kana al-ustazu mawjudan. So kana plus ism is together making our mubtada, and mawjudun is our khabar kana. Okay, now the khabar or mutalik bil khabar is the part after was, right? So we talk about mubtada. So now let's talk about our khabar now. So the khabar is part after is or was, we can say. The khabar can be single fragment, or as is the case with the khabar in an ordinary jumla ismiya. So in ordinary jumla ismiya, the khabar is either going to be a one word or it can be a fragment, right? So in Arabic, the only difference between the khabar of a naqis fi'l and a normal khabar is that when a sentence contains a naqis fi'l, the khabar is mansoob. Okay, that's all I already mentioned to you guys. Now contrast this with an ordinary jumla ismiya where the khabar is rafa. So in a regular jumla ismiya, our khabar was supposed to be rafa in status, but as soon as kana and any of its sister enter jumla ismiya, then its khabar is going to be nasab in status. And mutalik bil khabar, the rules are the same. It is made up of either jar, majroor or zarf. So no changes for mutalik bil khabar. Everything is same. Okay, so now let's see some example. Wakana wa'dullahi rabbi haqqan. So wakana wa'du rabbi. So kana, how are we gonna label that? This waw is our ataf. Kana, we can say felun madin nakisun, and felun madin nakis. And what do you see? And what is the ism of kana over here? Huwa. So when we have huwa, we can look for outside doer or outside ism, not doer, sorry, outside ism. So what could be, do you see anything rafa in status? I see wa'du. So that means this is ism, kana is wa'du. And ismu kana wa'du, which is rafa in status. And then wa'du is light. Okay, it's not wa'dun, it's wa'du. So when something is light, I should be look into it, why it is that so. So then I have Rabbi. So Rabbi is telling me that this is idafa. So wa'du is our mudaf, then Rabbi is mudaf ilayhi, then again Rabbi is our mudaf, and ya is mudaf ilayhi. So we have chain of idafa fragment going on over here. So wakana wa'du rabbi, so they are together. So that means wa'du rabbi, the whole thing. I should not be saying ismu kana wa'du, rather ismu kana is wa'du rabbi, the whole thing, because they are all together. So ismu kana is wa'du rabbi, and what is haqqan? Haqqan. It's not haqqun, but haqqan. So this is perfect for our khabar kana. So this is how we are supposed to label it. And now let's see how we are going to translate. Since ismu kana is wa'du rabbi, so always when we were supposed to translate jumla failure, what we do, we always try to translate file first. So same thing, we are going to translate our ismu kana first. So that's why you see the promise of my master was, and now you know that part before is, we used to say that okay, the part before is mubtada, but when these kana and sister comes, then we need to kind of include this was. So up till here is our mubtada now. Okay, so this is our mubtada and true is our khabar. Haqqan is our khabar. Then we have wakana arshuhu alal ma'i. So again, wakana. So this is felun madin nakisun, and its ism is huwa. And then if it is huwa, I can look for outside ism, and then I see arshu. So this is rafa status. So that could be my ismu kana, and then arshuhu. This is idafa fragment. So the whole thing together is our mubtada, and alal ma'i is our MBK. And how we gonna translate? We are going to translate mubtada first. He is thrown, ism first, ismu kana. So his throne was on water. Then we have wakana Allahu wasi'an hakiman. So this is another good example. If you can memorize that part, you can do it. Wakana Allahu. So again, this is our fe'lun madin nakisun, and ismu kana is huwa, and then I see the word Allahu rafa in status. So that is perfect for ismu kana. So together they are creating our mubtada. And then wasi'an is our khabar number 1, and hakiman is our khabar number 2. And how we gonna translate? Allah has always been all encompassing and all wise. And one more thing, kana, we translate kana was, right? But when it comes with Allah, and it happens a lot in Quran Pak, when it comes with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the word of Allah, then it is considered all times in it. So it includes past, was, present, is, and future. So all 3 tenses are included when kana is used with the word Allah. Allah was, Allah is, and Allah will be. So all times are included in it. So it's not just Allah was wasiyan hakiman, but Allah is always, has always been. That's why you're gonna say Allah has always been. Okay, next we have kuntum adaan. So again kuntum. So I see tum over here. So this is our felun madin. Failuhu, felun, since it is our nakis verb. So we're gonna say felun nakis, and its isam is what? Tum. Okay, kuntum adaan. Oh. Okay, so that's better. So kuntum adaan. So you were, so this is our felun madin, and isam is antum, and together kuntum is our mubtada, and then adaan, I hear an sound, so that means this is our khabar kana. Okay, all of you were enemies. Now underline mubtada once and khabar twice, and muta'alliq bil khabar 3 times. Wakana amrullahi maf'ula. So wakana, so kana come. So this means we have ism is huwa, right? So when it is huwa, we can now look for outside ism. And amru is giving away that this is our ism of kana. Amrullahi, then they are together. This is idafa fragment. So up till here, the whole thing, wakana amrullahi, the whole thing is our mubtada since they are together. Okay, and then maf'ulan is our khabar. Okay, I'm just labeling it. I'm not going to do once or twice, whatever it says. Okay, so let's do it labeling. So ma dumta alayhi qaiman. Ma dumta, this ta is telling me that we have anta over here. The ism is anta. And then alayhi is our MBK, and qaiman is our khabar. So this is our mubtada. Then we have MBK, and then we have our khabar. Fa asbahtum. So tum is telling me that antum is there. So so this is our mubtada. We are not supposed to look for outside ism because this is antum, right? Bi ni'matihi is our MBK, and ikhwanan, nan is perfect for our khabar. Then we have zalla wajhuhu. Now zalla is huwa, and now wajhu is the ism of zalla. So together this is our mubtada, and muswaddan is our khabar. His face turned black. This is talking about the Arabs when they used to have a daughter. So their faces turns black with embarrassment. So they are so embarrassed when they have a girl born in their house. So this is what it is mentioning over here. Okay, then another kind of concept about abnormal sentence structure. So we are kind of aware of that embedded sentences. So let's see what it says over here. The standard order for the mubtada is followed by khabar and followed by mutalliq bil khabar, right? So we in jumla ismiya we have mubtada, then we have khabar, and then mutalliq bil khabar. Below are the two scenarios of taqdeem, mubtada being muqaddam, and ta'khir, mubtada being muakhar, that occurs with fi'l naqis sentences. So let's see, it is possible for the mutalliq bil khabar to come before the mutalliq bil khabar come before the khabar. We know that, right? So now it says qad kunta fina marjuwan. So qad, we know what do we know about qad? Qad is like a very strong harf for kind of it confirm something or like deny something. And when it comes with la, laqad, this is almost like a oath. So qad, certainly, kunta, you were, fina, among us, marjuwan, a source of hope. So kunta, the ism is anta, right? So ismu kana is anta over here. Fina, fina is basically fi, harfu jar, we know that, right? So this is our fi plus na, fina became. So this is our MB. Okay, and marjuwan is our khabar. So marjuwan is our khabar qad. So this is our regular one, right? So we have yeah, but MBK is before khabar. So he had been a source of hope among us. So basically it is saying that when it is naqis verb, still the order can be switched, right? So this mutalliq bil khabar came before khabar in this case. It is also possible for the mutalik bil khabar to come before mubtada, and this occurs with, but it is not limited to possessive lahu sentences. So wakana lahu samarun. So wakana, this is our huwa, isam is huwa in it. And lahu is our MBK over here. And samarun. So when it is huwa, then we can expect our outside ism. So samarun is our basically ismu kana. So, and I told you guys when we were talking in Jumla Ismiya, basically it is going to be considered, this kana and samarun is going to be considered mubtada muakhar. Why? Because the part of kana is after, and the ism is not right beside it, it is after, right? So basically it is lahu kana samarun. Okay, so this is basically lahu is muqaddam and mubtada is muakhar in this case. Okay, then we have falaysa alaykum junahun. So falaysa, now laysa came, and this is huwa version. The ism is huwa over here, and then I see junahun, so that is our ismu laysa, and alaykum MBK is our, so basically again, this is our muqaddam, MBK is muqaddam, and this mubtada is muakhar in this case. So there is no blame on you. Junahun means blame. So there is no blame upon you all. So notice that jar majroor comes before, between the fail naqis and its ism, and it never comes before the fail. Okay. Okay, now another template. Lahu kitabun. He has a book. Okay, so lahu kitabun, he has a book. And so now in this case, lahu is our MBK, which is muqaddam, and kitabun is our mubtada muakhar. But there is no exclusivity. Why? Because this kitabun is common. So when we have common mubtada, so then it is normal. There is no exclusivity in there. This structure does not create exclusivity. How would you, okay, how would you put kana on this? So if I say kana lahu kitabun, so again, what we are doing over here, this kitabun didn't change. And now translation would be, he had a book. So he has a book and he had a book, and now this kana is our kana plus kitabun. So this is our mubtada, and lahu is our MBK, which is muqaddam in this case. But no exclusivity, nothing. This is the normal kind of structure when we want to say he had or there is. Remember the example, if I say fil baiti, if I say fil baiti rajulun, so I'm gonna do the translation, there is a man in the house, there is a, so this is how we kind of translate when we have jar majroor muqaddam. So this is sometimes just a regular way to say something. Now we have some more examples over here. I'm gonna come back to it, and we will see if we can do them together. So let's see what else do we have. So now, complex sentence structure. So we already did when we were doing Jumla Ismiya. So let's see some more over here. Now, when the fail is Mudariya, it comes and, okay, basically it is saying that when Kana comes with the present tense, with fail Mudariya, then what happened? We can translate as something happening right now. I was cooking. Or I can also say, I used to cooking. I used to cook. Okay, so these are the two implications when kana plus Mudariya comes. And we know that in ordinary Jumla Ismiya, Mubtada and Khabar match in number and gender. So same gonna happen with this kana. So the pronoun inside of the Mubtada kana matches with the pronoun inside of the Fail Mudariya. So if we have Fail Mudariya or any fail after it, then it's still going to match with it. So now let's see some example over here. We say, Innama kunna nahudu wa nal'abu. So innama, we didn't learn about this word, but basically this is inna plus ma. And this ma has a very different name, very kind of complicated, you can say. It says ma kafatan makfufa. Okay, so I hope I'm not confusing you guys. So this is the name for this ma, and what this poor ma is doing over here, it is you know that inna needs some to effect, right? Inna needs some ism that it can make in nasab status. So this ma comes sometimes with it and say, okay, whatever effect you want to give it to me, because there is nothing you can do more in the sentence, right? So this imma comes just to take the effect of this inna. Okay, so this is innama, and the meaning of innama when they are together, the meanings are only. So innama only, so that means this innama is our mubtada, right? Together, because harfu nasab and its victim is our mubtada. And now if we have mubtada, what else do we need? We need khabar. So the whole thing, kunna nakhudu wa nal'abu. Kunna, so we were, nakhudu, like chatting, wa nal'abu, and playing. So we were like only chatting and playing. Basically it is saying. So now I said this is our mubtada, and the whole jumla failiya is our khabar. And then we can further break down this khabar. Now see kunna. So we have failun, madin, nakisun, and the ism is nahnu, right? And then we have, so this is our mubtada again. Okay, so this is again our mubtada, and then nakhudu wa nal'abu, so they are together because this waw came. So basically this is again our failun mudariun fa'iluhu is nahnu. So and the whole jumla failiya over here is coming as a khabar. So see, so much going on in these few words. So I'm gonna repeat one more time. Inna ma is our mubtada. Okay, because inna plus its victim, this is mubtada. The whole thing, kunna nakhudu wa nalabu, the whole thing is our khabar. Then if we further break down this khabar, then we have again two sentences in here. Not two sentences, rather we have um, uh, the complete sentence in here, mubtada and khabar. So kunna, again, this is our kana, and its ism is nahnu over here. So this is our mubtada. And then nahudu, this is our fil mudariya, fil mudariyan, and file is nahnu. So this is our khabar for kunna. Because kunna is mubtada, it need a khabar, so this is our khabar. And then waw came as a connector, so nahudu and nalabu, they are kind of going to label together because they are together. So this is our khabar. And the point to note is that we said kunna over here, so we have isam nahnu over here, right? So that's why nahudu and nalabu, so the khabar has nahnu in there too. That's what it was talking about, right? That if we have a fail after it, it's gonna take the same pronoun that is in any sister of it. Then another example is kana. So this na is telling me that isam is huma over here. Then yakulani. So yakulani is again huma. At-ta'ama. So basically this is our kana, is our mubtada, and yakulani ta'ami, this the whole thing is our khabar. And then we further break down khabar. So this is our fail file, and ta'ama is our maf'ulun bihi. Okay, then we have another concept over here. It says that when the fail inside the khabar is madi, when the fail inside of the khabar is madi, example is right here, it implies that the event occurred long time ago. This is kind of a mubalgha point, okay? So if you can remember, this construction is not used in modern Arabic and only appears few times in the Quran Pak. The pronoun inside of kana matches with the pronoun inside of the fail madi. So in kuntu, if kuntu, I were, or then kultuhu, I said it. So this kuntu and kultu, they are matching, they both are ana. Had I said it long ago, so why, how this long ago is coming? Because of this past tense over here. The khabar, when the fail inside the khabar is madi. So and this is our mubtada, right? This kuntu is mubtada and the whole thing is our khabar. So when khabar is madi, it implies that event occurred long time ago. So qultuhu faqad alimtahu. So you would have known it. And this is jumla shartiya, if we remember conditional sentence. So this in is our harfu shart, right? And then in kuntu kultuhu, so this is the whole thing is our shart part. And fa came, remember the other day I was mentioning, fa kind of sometimes gave away that this is the jawabu shart starting here. So faqad alimtahu is our jawabu shart. And you should be asking, okay, this in is not showing any effect. It's not making anything majzoom because they are fil madi over here, so we can't do anything. But we can still say, okay, fi mahalli jaz. This is another term we need to learn. So inshallah, we are going to learn soon. There is a lot to learn, but I cannot explain everything in one go. Even I still think that you guys think that I'm kind of sometimes go too deep. So that's why I try to avoid something. Inshallah, as we go, we are going to keep learning about them. Now translating Kana sentences. Kana sentence is labeled as Jumla Ismiya. It translates as a Jumla Fe'liya. Okay, so much about Kana. So we need to really be good Kana and its sisters. Okay, so try to listen to this recording couple of times so you get the concept clearly. So this is labeled as Jumla Ismiya, but translation we are going to do like Jumla Fe'liya. What does that mean? Like we are going to translate file first, then fail, and then the details. Okay, negating Kana sentences. Yesterday we did all of that stuff, so I'm not gonna repeat now. You're gonna read by your own, and inshallah it will make sense to you guys. Then another concept, another template you're gonna find in Quran Pak a lot is this kind of template. What is that? You're gonna find ma kana li, and then you're gonna see an, and after this an you're gonna find some fail. And how it is going to translate? It translates is it is not appropriate for X to do Y. In one ayah say, Ma kana li nabiyyin an yaqul. It does not appropriate a Nabi that he kind of involved in worldly stuff. The background of this ayah is that the hypocrites after Badr, I think they were kind of blaming Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam over the distribution of the war booty, whatever they got, that he is kind of keeping more for himself or something like that. So that is the answer from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that ma kana li nabiyin, it does not befit any nabi, like it is impossible for any nabi, basically kind of it is saying, that he be involved in worldly stuff. So that is not like Nabi should be, or basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is kind of defending Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he is not like that, and that is impossible that he do that. And another example you're gonna see, ma kana lahum an yadkhuluha. So ma kana lahum, it is not appropriate for them to enter it. This is basically talking about Makkah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after Fatah Makkah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like gave them a few 4 months like a period that either they can